Alright, I'm at Cliff Cave County Park now. I've been here 100,000 times, almost as many times as Flame City. This place is iconic for me. There's a bike trail, a trail that goes around like a farm area down by the river. There's 3 or 4 decent trails, an overview of the Mississippi. This is where I had my first night hike. This is where I lost my first GoPro. This is where I had my first really bad bike wreck. This is also where I tore my bike up the day that I got it. Yeah, I've been here. This used to be one of the places I used to go to blow off steam after work. So, Cliff Cave County Park. This place is beautiful as always. It's a mountain bike trail through the woods, so don't really have a whole lot to say. I did have some guy explain to me in moron words how to make a short the other day, so I'm going to try that out today too. Alright, and an hour later, I made it out of the bike trail. So I'm going to look at this overlook and then continue this trail down to the river, and I might go back and grab the car so that I can take my bike down by the river because it's like a 5-mile paved trail. I'll probably do that. Here's the overlook. Sorry about the noise, it's super windy up here. Alright, so I'm on the bridge overlooking the cave. And so a few weeks ago, I had just happened upon a Facebook video about this place, and one of the comments on it said something about how it's such a beautiful park, but it's got such a sad history or tragic history or something like that. So I looked it up, and actually, in 1993, 6 boys were exploring the cave and they drowned in a flash flood. I guess that's why they have the gate up over it. I never knew why. And then in 2008, some other kid fell off the cliff up there and died. And then also, I just vaguely remember after reading about it the other day, but on November 7th, 2016, which was a month after I moved up here. I moved up here in October of 2016 because I was doing MMA at the time. So a dad had got into it with his wife and took the 2 kids and drove down here to this lower parking lot, and then he fatally shot the 2 kids and himself when the cops came to pick the kids up, I guess. And it seems like I vaguely remember right whenever I moved this whole area being shut down for a little while. But I had just moved here, and that was right around the time I started hiking too, which is crazy. And the craziest thing is I looked at it, and it was November 7th, which tomorrow is the 9-year anniversary of when that happened. Around the time of COVID, there was a storm, and it knocked this tree down that they cut up and left here. And it fell over this, so this bridge used to be a wooden bridge, and it fell over and knocked this near side guardrail down on this end. And anyway, so for a while they fixed the bridge, they just kind of rolled it off. Yeah, they just kind of rolled it off and left it here. And it was super muddy one day. I was hiking with somebody, I don't even remember who it was, but I was showing off, and it was muddy, and I went to like slide down the log instead of just walk in the mud and get all muddy, and I slid like my entire forearm down the log and got splinters and mud and shit everywhere all over me. And I hopped up real quick, and they were like, "Dude, are you alright?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. We're good. Let's go." And yeah, that ended up being the worst staph infection I've ever had in my life by a long, like the only time I've ever went to the doctor to get medicine for a staph infection. It was rough. Alright, so I'm at the beginning of the Mississippi River Trail, which is a paved 5.1 mile loop, but it goes down by the bluff and it's pretty cool looking. The last time I was here, there were like cornfields through the middle of it, but now they brush hogged it and threw a little road up, makeshift road up in the middle, and it's called Miriam's Place or Mariah's Place, I don't know. But the sign says, "Take a hike, enjoy, take photos, leave nothing." So, I guess I'll check that out. I don't know. But yeah, since this trail's paved, I grabbed my bike and I forgot until I got on my bike that my pedals broke. Okay, so this is just a non-profit section of the park. Like, they take better care of it, and all the maintenance is through a non-profit, and it's actually for a lady named Marion Rollins. And apparently I don't know what her connection to this place is, it doesn't really say, but she died September 18th, 2023 after a 6-year battle with Alzheimer's and dementia. So, rest in peace, Marion, I guess. The bottom of this, right here, literally 2 years ago, this used to flood constantly whenever the water's up in the summertime, so this was like a swampy, overgrown jungle. I mean, it was literally like a jungle back here. I used to love to come back here with my bike, and just the water level would be like up to my handlebars, and I would just like slowly pedal through on this trail, and like fish would swim right up next to you, and like it was pretty crazy. And now it's just like a field, and like it's definitely way cleaned up compared to what it used to be, but kind of wish it was the way it used to be. This is how the entire trail used to be before. Kind of wish it was still like that. To their credit, though, this is quite a view now. And I think these fields are where the sunflowers grow, so I will make a note to come back in the summertime and check that out. So this back corner is where the water was the deepest. It's the only place where it'd get close to like handlebar height. And if you seen a fish swimming or got a fish to like swim past your bike or whatever, this is the only place it would ever happen. And it's the only part of the trail that still has standing water.